I'm sure everybody's going to have a fun time listening to this unprepared debacle we're fixing to have.
Yeah, we had nothing this week. It's been very boring.
Oh, yeah, it was kind of. I mean, I was busy all week.
I had kind of a busy week, but I mean, nothing interesting.
Yeah.
I got my first tuberculosis test.
Oh, well, that's always fun.
It was weird.
I don't think I've ever had one.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I had to do it for a company thing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more next week.
Yeah.
But they like shoot something in your arm, and it has to be on the specific spot on your forearm,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll tell you how you react to it, and that'll decide if you have tuberculosis or not. But for like 3 days, you had this fat lump on your arm. It's really weird.
Probably herpes.
Probably.
I don't think I had anything real interesting go on this week. No, I didn't have shit really.
Nothing.
No.
Well, I guess we'll just jump to our topics here.
Well, did you hear about Cinderella's castle at Walt Disney World, like supposedly burning to the ground?
When?
I guess yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
We just did like a quick little news search a second ago
Uh-huh.
because people don't know. I did not see that anywhere.
Yeah. It's not true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's so somebody they got like this like fake Disney news TikTok thing,
Okay.
right? And they're so good at it too because they'll like capture you in it, like these big breaking news, da da da.
Yeah.
Da. And it looks official, and it's like showing smoke billowing from Cinderella's castle, and it's actually that was from the fireworks. Like the fire was like on the outside of it. It was a small fire, like the people like evacuated from it for safety. They put it out. That was it.
Yeah.
Now there's like video of the shit like burning down and
What the hell?
yeah. I mean, God bless AI, right?
That's such a random thing to make news.
Well, I mean, it's smart. I mean, how many people go to Walt Disney World every day? Yeah, you got a TikTok account.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
just make, people are looking up Walt Disney stuff because they're going.
Yeah,
So you're going to get that many hits. You're going to get that many likes.
that's true.
Yeah, they're just making money off of. There's so much of that shit on TikTok,
Yeah.
and so it's hard to get the accurate TikTok news.
Huh.
So I mean, TikTok is probably more accurate than cable news, but
Probably. Do you have something that you go like straight to whenever you hear about something, like for the news or whatever?
I mean, the default I guess would be Google, but usually I try to read where it's coming from,
Yeah.
and I'll go like to Google. If it sounds weird, then I'll go to Yahoo, and then because everybody forgets about Yahoo.
Because we're not in our 50s.
Well, they're still up and working. So for now, unlike I don't know, supposedly Xbox.
Yeah. So Xbox for sure is like bringing their Xbox exclusive games to PlayStation.
They are.
That's factual.
Okay.
But
I can play Halo again, thank God.
yeah. But I did not find factual that Xbox is going to stop making consoles. I found it like on a rumor for a few TikToks, but I haven't seen any actual proof.
Well, so their exclusive deals never made sense to me. Because if you look at like the sales numbers,
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 5, I think they sold like 50 some odd million.
Yeah.
And the Xbox sold like 25 some odd million.
Okay.
So instead of being able to sell 75 million copies of Halo, they're forced to only sell at most 25 million. So, I mean, that's why they gotta get rid of the exclusive deal. PlayStation can hold on to exclusive because they have the highest market, like
Yeah.
they can get 50 million.
And they've got better exclusives.
Oh,
I think so. I mean, Halo makes it a really hard conversation because Halo alone is really, really good.
yeah.
But PlayStation, you've got all the Spider-Man games, all the God of Wars,
Yeah.
all like it makes sense like that they're better
Yeah.
because Spider-Man is like one of the most obsessed games for the past like 6 years.
Well, I tried to be an Xbox fan, and like I bought the first Xbox instead of whatever iteration of PlayStation was. I think it was PlayStation 2 at the time. And then I bought an Xbox 360 instead of a PS3. I think that's what it was. Yeah, PS3. And I had that Xbox for, maybe 5 months. And it gave me the red circle of death.
The Red Ring of Death.
Yeah. So
Huh.
that's whenever I quit being an Xbox fan
Yeah.
because you were just screwed. Now, PlayStation, I mean, I've moved, I've dropped them, I've kicked them, I've thrown them, I've punched them.
Yeah.
They still work every day. So that's whenever I was like, all right, I'm just going to go PlayStation and stay with that.
Well, like our first console that we ever had were like they were called VTech. You remember them? They're
Yeah.
the little purple controller with like an orange hand that was all the buttons.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. But besides that, my first console was the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And as mostly a PlayStation guy now, I can still confidently say that my favorite console of all time has been the Xbox 360 because I've played on the 360, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, original Xbox.
Yeah.
I've played on all of them. I never owned almost any of them, but the Xbox 360 was my favorite one. So much fun. I almost bought another one the other day just because they're just fun, man. Quit looking at me like that.
Don't worry, my driver friends will be out of our nerd talk soon, and we'll get on to like something else. But I know some of the drivers are all like, I don't play fucking video games. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, we're not making it for them, are we?
no, we're not. I just letting them know.
Mm-hmm.
A little PSA.
Except for you, Bernie. He's not a driver, though, is he?
Bernie, yeah, he's
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're making him for him, at least.
You're just trying to get some jerky out of him.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, there's no other reasons.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm hopeful that the whole console war thing is over. Because I really want them to get past that so we can get on to this fucking augmented reality and virtual reality shit. I want my fucking Star Trek fucking game room thing.
Yeah.
With that holodeck, yeah.
I really want to get that Apple Vision Pro that just came out. Have you seen anything about those?
Yeah, I've looked at them, and they're kind of neat, like outside of like just like video game stuff. Like,
Yeah. I would get it for like mechanic purposes
yeah,
because I've seen some people using it like working on cars,
mm-hmm.
and you can have your like YouTube video of like how to do it,
Yeah,
and like this article that you found of your diagram, and it's all sitting right there while you're sitting under the car, like working on it.
mm-hmm.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's an expensive piece of hardware to be crawling underneath a car with.
Yeah, for sure. But
I mean,
if you got the money,
yeah, if you got the money, but
they're $3,500.
I liked how like you can like walk around your house, and if you got them on, you can pin stuff to certain locations in your house, and it remembers where that's at.
Yeah.
So it's not floating around finding, but you could like have your news thing over here on the wall, and you don't even look at it. Then you look back over at it, and there it is. And the movie thing I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Where you could you don't have to have a big screen TV because you can just wear these goggles and it'll make the TV as big as you want it. But whenever I was growing up, it was don't sit so close to the TV because it's going to hurt your eyes.
Now we strap it to our face.
Yeah, now we're just like put it right on there. So,
hey, new tech, man, they figured it out.
New tech or not giving a shit, one or the other.
Probably a bit of both.
Mm-hmm. We're all going to be robots in 20 years anyway, so it don't matter.
So, on our little research journey we had before we started, I found there was a guy in London that he was drunk driving. He was home, left from a bar or whatever, and was just driving around. And he felt bad, so he called the cops on himself, saying that he was drunk driving. And they tested him. He was 3 times over their legal limit.
Did it happen to say how old he was?
In his 50s.
In his 50s?
Yeah.
I expected better. Wow. I don't know why anybody would do that. But,
I mean,
he's lucky he didn't get shot.
Yeah, it could have been bad. Yeah, 52.
Oh wait,
52-year-old.
You said England, right?
Yeah,
they don't. The cops don't carry guns over there.
He would have been lucky. He almost got bow and arrowed.
No, they got nightsticks or whatever. I mean, they can get guns, like they do have units with guns and stuff that can respond. But
I feel like do they not have stun guns or anything?
They may, but all I ever seen is they are usually wearing like a yellow vest, that funky looking helmet, and carrying a baton. So
we've also never been. We just watched the movies, but
I don't know what the last rabbit hole you've ever gone down, but like mine, for whatever reason, I've gotten like addicted to watching those First Amendment auditors and all that. You seen those videos?
The auditors?
Yeah, where like basically it's like
like the review like a criminal case.
No, like these. I'm not a big fan of them because I think they're fucking weird.
Yeah,
like so they'll go to like a police station and they'll start videoing the parking lot and the cars in the parking lot, the police station.
Really?
Yeah. And in hopes of getting a response from the cops and also in hopes of getting arrested and thrown in jail because then they can sue because all that's a First Amendment protected activity.
Yeah.
And they're not committing a crime. Right? So they're getting arrested illegally and then they're suing. Well, and they like, I'm a First Amendment auditor. They're fishermen is what they are. Like they're just fishing, trying to catch something. I mean, your amendments are like very important, like first, second, third, fourth, all of them. And I don't know, it's just they surprise these cops with all the shit. I usually scroll past the ones that are doing that. Like, I don't give a shit about them baiting. I don't get the point of it. Like, their whole channel is saying, well, I'm trying to educate the public. No, they're not. They're not trying to educate the public. They don't give a shit about the public. They give a shit about them fucking greenbacks.
Yeah, they're trying to get a payout.
Yeah. So anyway, but on that note, though, like, you go to like some other videos and you do see some like just normal everyday people getting arrested for the weirdest shit, because like, every state's different, but like if you haven't committed a crime, you don't have to identify yourself.
Yeah.
And if you watch enough of the videos, there's like this whole script thing that gets thrown at you. And it's like, oh, we're investigating. Investigating what? I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
It's just, so I mean, there's a lot of great cops out there. Like, there's more good than bad. But there are several that are just trying to just make up whatever,
trying to meet a quota.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Hal Grant's worked for most of the police departments and everything, um, you have to have so much contact with the public. Like Springfield, Missouri, one of their deals is they get this grant for this money and equipment, so that way you can hire more personnel, buy more equipment, increase pay raise of your officers that you have, da 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 da. But they have to talk, or what was the terminology for that? They have to make contact with so many members of the public.
Okay.
And how do you document that? You can't just say, I talked to an individual on 4th Street.
Yeah.
You have to have their name, their date of birth, their driver's license number. You got to have all this information about them so that way it can go into your report, which then helps your grant. So that way you can keep the money coming in.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are just like, oh, well, I got to get this quota going. So, hey, that you over there walking down the street, you're suspicious.
Yeah.
Suspicion isn't a crime.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have, it's not a stop and ID state. So you shouldn't have to just give out your ID every time somebody just wants to talk to you. So anyway, I went down that rabbit hole. I'll watch a bunch of those videos.
Yeah.
99% of them are just guys that are trying to fuck over the police department, which in turn is fucking over the taxpayers.
Yeah.
So every time they do that, like the guy that goes up here to City Hall and tries to mess with Chad and stuff like that, he's looking for a payday.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
he's one of those guys you're talking about.
Yeah, he is. Now, he has some video where he's like fucking with bikers. Because bikers are trying to do a fundraiser. So like, why are you fucking with?
They're trying to do a fundraiser.
Yeah, quit messing with people. Just but they get a lot of views and they're trying to basically use the public that like me goes down that rabbit hole. I don't subscribe to them or nothing, but they're trying to get the public involved to where they're generating money. So they're using us. They're using us for our tax dollars or using us for our views.
Yeah. There was one I seen recently that got like quite a bit of traction. There was this partially blind veteran walking down the street, and he had his apparently he walks that path all the time, so he doesn't necessarily need his like assistance cane, or his assistance stick, whatever. The blind people you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know the video you're talking about.
Yeah, he had it in his back pocket, and the police thought it was a gun. So he pulled it out of his back pocket and showed them, like, this is my blind stick.
Yeah.
And because the guy was pissed off, because they were assuming it was a gun,
it was a female officer.
Yeah, and they ended up arresting him because he wouldn't identify himself.
Yeah.
And because they had suspicion of it being a gun. But he already told them it wasn't a gun.
Yeah.
So they had no suspicion besides him being upset.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about is, I'm suspicious. Or my favorite is officer safety.
Yeah.
Like I need you to step out of the car before officer safety.
What's a 60-year-old man with a blind stick? Obviously having blindness.
Well, he had a bad attitude to them.
Yeah.
So
that's a safety issue.
Yeah. And
it's America. Everybody's got a bad attitude.
Right. But like some officers really try to go for that respect thing.
Yeah.
Like you have to respect me. You have to listen to me. No, I don't have to listen to you. It's like
they're almost always on a power trip.
Well, it's like so. I know for sure you've gotten pulled over.
Too many times already.
Yeah, but how many times did you get questioned while you're like, oh, so where are you coming from?
Yeah, almost every time.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
All that is to incriminate you.
Yeah.
I think you should cooperate with the police because we really don't give a shit if they know where we're going or where we're coming to. But you don't. The thing is, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like you can plead the fifth, but if you do that, you have to be ready for the consequences of it.
Yeah, because then they'll be suspicious and all this, and
Yeah,
they have probable cause.
air quotation suspicious, but
Yeah,
it's just like, well, why won't you tell me where you're going? Because I don't have to. I'm not telling the gas station attendant where I'm going. I went to McDonald's and I didn't tell them where I was taking the food.
yeah,
Like like I don't know, but like it's an incriminating deal. Like they're trying to get you to incriminate yourself. And
yeah,
so you got to be very careful with what you say. I mean, you want to be polite, you want to cooperate and all that shit, but you also got to be very careful what you say.
yeah,
Oh, I'm going over to my friend, John Doe, and I'm like, oh, well, that guy's got a warrant. So you
yeah,
must have drugs in the car. Get out of the car.
yeah,
Like guilty by association. But like you can't say the same thing about them. You can't say that, well, they're guilty by association because they got some bad cops and every job, profession, whatever, has bad people in it. It doesn't matter what it is. But you can't say that they're guilty by association because then they get more mad. No, you're going to jail.
yeah.
I mean, if cops were listening to this whenever we post it, oh, we're going to be bad people. Well, at least I am anyway, because I question them and saying that you're going to incriminate yourself if you answer questions.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I try to support them at every chance. Like the Jasper cops, I'll support them 100%. They're just doing their job, and they made the town a whole lot better.
I would support all of them. I would say 80%.
Well,
There's
yeah.
one of them that I really don't like, but that's just because he's a stingy prick. But
Well, that's First Amendment, I guess.
yeah, I mean,
But I don't.
but
I
yeah, the
don't.
majority of them they're great.
Well, it's like most people probably don't know this, but your uncle, my brother, he's autistic,
Yeah,
and he likes to walk around on his Pokemon Go and do his thing and all that at night, late at night, and
yeah, like very early AM hours of the night.
mm-hmm. So because he's just a night person. That's what he does. And he doesn't hurt nobody. He doesn't bother anything. Um, but I talked to the cops up here, and I said, well, like, what do you guys think? You guys need to be aware of him. Because he's 6'2", 6'3", 300 some odd pounds,
He's a big guy.
big dude, and his communication skills isn't the greatest, and like he's non-confrontational, so he doesn't want to, be in a confrontation.
Yeah,
And what surprised me was that they all knew who he was, and he's actually been called in on by a couple people in town. They didn't know no better.
yeah,
All they know it was a couple of women, and because I mean I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but women have more to fear late at night
yeah,
than what guys do. But anyway, so they called in and everything, and Jasper cops handled it, and they communicated with the sheriff department. So we don't have a whole George Floyd incident with my brother. 'Cause,
yeah.
you talk about going off the fucking deep end of that.
Oh yeah,
But
that would be a very deep day. Tell you what.
yeah, but that's why I like the Jasper cops so much, is because they actually do know the people.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway, might as well get off the whole cop subject before I fucking get 5 to 10, because I was suspicious.
Speaking of suspicious,
Uh huh.
there is a new conspiracy theory.
Is it new or just newish?
It's new to us.
Okay.
Apparently, it has been it started in 2014. But
What is it? I'm on the edge of my seat.
anyway, so scientists, it didn't say what group of scientists or whatever, but scientists
Uh huh.
found a very large mass of water inside Earth, like underground.
Yeah.
And like that's factual. They found a really, really big mass of water. And apparently it's bigger than all of our oceans combined. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
But they found that, and apparently it's like encased in rock.
Hmm.
And like apparently this is all factual, like it's all there. But people ran with it, and they think that now there's a complete other civilization in our Earth, and that it's the Earth is hollow, and there's a whole new group of mole people that like they're ultra civilized above us, and we're just letting our outside of the Earth ruin itself, and they're saving the inside for this ultimate civilization.
Well, I was stretching it pretty hard, but there, I think I talked about that story before where these two kids came out of a cave. This is like back in like 20s or some shit. And, or no, maybe not even the 20s, maybe like 1800. Anyway, these two kids got, the story goes, two kids came up out of this cave and they were very like pale, like white hair, just look completely different than anybody else. Look whiter than white, kind of deal.
Yeah.
And this is in like a European continent that this happened. And just spoke a language that nobody knew,
Yeah.
and I guess after years of like being there, they finally learned how to speak the language and everything. But they were chasing one of their livestock because they lived down under the ground, and they were chasing one of their livestock. They had gotten out, and they were trying to get it and take it back, and then they got lost, and then they couldn't find their way back. And so that was like the first like story of like an underground civilization.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly, in my opinion, I don't think that there's a civilization that's far advanced more than us. I mean, they have less resources to work with than we do if they're stuck underground.
Mm, I mean, maybe there's other elements that we haven't found that are down there, though.
I have a feeling that if there was elements that could be worth any amount of money, America would have done found it.
That's a good point.
I mean,
Yeah, but have you ever seen that movie, Monster Trucks? You haven't?
monster trucks.
Yeah. It's a very like childish movie, but it's got like some facts some theories that would be really well held up, I guess.
Uh,
So the way the movie goes, these government agency, whatever, they're drilling. Of course, it's in America. They're drilling, and they come across this big water pocket,
right.
and it's absolutely massive. And they send a camera down there to look around, and they see these really big fish like swooping around. But fish should not be surviving in. And eventually, this big, like flubbery monster-looking thing shoots up out of the hole and comes up to the surface of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy finds it, finds a way to build a car around it, like build a truck around it, so it powers the truck.
No, dude.
And now it's this ultra fast truck ran by a underground sea monster. But the part that they're drilling down, and they find this big pocket of water, and this huge fish is down there, but it's like way overly evolved from what we know. And it's like ultra intelligent. It's able to survive down there because it was able to evolve to survive off of oil. And that's how the guy feeds it. It feeds it oil, and that's how it runs the car. But it's a really interesting idea that I was thinking like that might be similar to that hollow earth theory, that maybe there were some kind of organisms that over evolved, and now they can survive off of like oil or different natural resources that are down there.
Right, but I mean that like the fascination for the center of the Earth has been around for a while because
Yeah.
the book Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah.
Shall remember the name of that movie where it was kind of like reverse Armageddon. Because like Armageddon, they had to go out into space to stop an asteroid from destroying the Earth. This was the reverse. Like the core of the Earth had stopped spinning, and so they had to send these like geologists down into the earth to get it. It was like the dumbest fucking movie.
Is that the movie we watched like a lot when I was younger?
We may watch it when we were younger, but I know I didn't watch it a lot.
Okay. Well, I remember we watched this movie, Journey to the Center of the Earth. I didn't know if that.
Yeah, we watched
Okay.
that like because it was like a kids movie kind of deal. This
What?
was Journey to the Center of the Earth.
I didn't feel it as a kid's movie.
I mean, are you talking about the Will Ferrell one or Dwayne the Rock Johnson one?
No, the one from with the guy from Inkheart. I don't remember his name. You know who I'm talking about.
Sean Connery,
The guy that has back problems and he got fat because of it.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That Journey to the Center of the Earth. That's what I was talking about.
He had one too, but
That was the one that I remember watching a lot as a kid.
it's still a kids movie.
Brendan Fraser. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a hardcore documentary.
You know, one of the first books I can remember reading, like of course, aside from like children's books,
Hmm.
was 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's such a random one that I read
Hmm.
because somebody told me it's a classic. So I ended up reading it
Yeah.
and I actually really enjoyed it.
See, my first ones that I can actually remember, um, Call of the Wild and Where the Red Fern Grows.
I remember watching that movie,
Yeah,
Where the Red Fern Grows.
yeah,
Broke
sad
my
shit.
heart.
Yeah, that
Me
was
and
like,
Jamie were just talking about that the other day.
that was like the updated Old Yeller movie.
Yeah. Me and Jamie were just talking about that the other day, my brother.
Yeah,
And because me and him remember watching that movie all the time when we were younger at grandma's house.
uh,
She had it on VHS. She loved watching it. And it just reminded us of it because he's seen this TikTok saying, like, no one knows true pain except these people. And then
Yeah.
it just showed two red ferns. And me and Jimmy instantly knew because a lot of people didn't know it. Literally, the caption of it was like the search bar
yeah.
said, like, what is the red fern grows? And me and Jamie were like, we got it. Right now on the head.
I was watching this thing earlier because it's kind of fits into the news plus conspiracy theories, but it was the Tennessee legislation. Um, they were they were trying to uh, make into law. What they're wanting to do is to put vaccines into produce.
Really?
Yeah, so like you got head of lettuce, and then you got like you know COVID immunity, vaccine lettuce.
I feel like if they wanted to do that, they wouldn't tell us.
I mean, I'm 100% that they probably already are.
They're putting vaccines in produce? You really think so?
Probably.
I feel like a lot of the farmers, at least around here, wouldn't put up with that shit, though.
It's got to go somewhere to get FDA approved.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they can do whatever they want to us. I mean, but I mean, it's just funny how because you remember the whole like vaccine thing was like everybody's got to do it. Everybody's going to die if you don't do it. Da 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 da. And now we ain't saying shit, but we're also trying to pass a law saying like how to regulate it.
Mm-hmm.
Because not that vaccine. We're talking about like the measles vaccine and like this vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
So. But I mean, yeah, they were saying that they could put it in produce, they could put it in tobacco, they could.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know about this. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't read much on it, but it just kind of struck me as like that is so fucking weird. Like why is that even a conversation? But it's like our beef, right? Our beef is supposed to be like made in America. Because we have a bunch of cows.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a problem, right? So for it to be labeled American beef, the beef can be wherever it is. It could be in Australia, right? And it can be raised there, fed there. It can be killed there. It can be butchered there. But they have to send it over here, and then we process it here. like where we cut it and make it for steaks or hamburger or whatever. Now that's made in America. Even though the cow had never touched U.S. soil.
Yeah.
It was never fed here. Yeah.
That's weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I mean that's more for like your McDonald's, your Burger King, your Wendy's, your big corporate fast food stuff.
Did you ever see that thing? I haven't seen it in person, but they were selling like slabs of beef for like steaks or whatnot at Walmart or some grocery store. And it would have like the description of the cow it came from and like the name of it. Did you see that?
Yeah, there was.
I'm sure it was fixed or whatever, but
there was people like PETA or something like that. They were going around slapping stickers on to different meats and everything.
Yeah.
Like you go to buy a package of turkey and you're like, this is Hank. He enjoyed this and that and the other, like trying to make me feel guilty,
Yeah.
The entire time I'm like eating a sandwich going, fuck, Hank, it's tasty.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, like everybody's got to have a cause.
Yeah.
And they're, like the people that like try to stop the the cattle truckers and whatnot trying to go into the kill market, and they're like trying to jump out in front of the trucks, and it always strikes me funny whenever they're surprised that the trucker almost ran them over.
Yeah,
because in their eyes, we are just some heartless beings that can just eat these animals. So if you think that we are heartless for eating meat, well, why do you think we care if we run you right the fuck over?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we're going to try to stop. It's not going to be that hard, but
I mean, I might touch the brake.
Yeah.
But,
I've seen something recently that like a lot of protesters, they're like putting their feet into concrete blocks and like cementing their feet into it. And they're standing out in like a street or whatever to protest. And then they immediately regret it because their feet are now encased in concrete.
Yeah. Well, they're not the brightest bunch.
I just can't believe that was a thought in someone's brain.
I don't know.
Like, you know what? And they kept doing it like while it was sitting there setting up. Like, because it had to get hard.
Well, I remember whenever they were like blocking the roadways.
Yeah.
It was like this big deal of, they would block the roadways and then they get all upset whenever people would just drive through them. And, like, oh, they should be, that's a murderer. It's like, no, you're in the middle of the fucking road.
Yeah.
How is he supposed to know? You see all the videos of them beating on people's cars and breaking their windows and stuff like that. So, like, I'm supposed to basically
allow them
donate my fucking car for you to have your hissy fit?
Yeah. I mean, we kind of did that with the fundraiser we did for school. You donated the car so people get their hissy fits out.
Well, yeah, that's fine because, like,
it was a junk car. It was going to a cause,
I'm not driving my car trying to go to the grocery store or to the movies or something like that, and then I get stopped by, a bunch of angry. I don't know the way that there's so many dudes at those things.
Yeah,
trying to get pussy.
Yeah,
like that's their whole point. They're gonna be macho men and like beat on these fucking cars of complete strangers that did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
to try to impress these girls that aren't even into dudes.
Yeah,
it's a horrible fucking cycle. Like,
it's pretty funny though.
Yeah, I guess, but whenever
not to beating on cars, but the motivation of those guys, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, they'll tell you all day long. They're like, I believe this. It's like, really?
When they go home,
they
don't even think about it.
Is that a fucking Whopper wrapper in the back of your back seat there?
You went to Burger King?
Yeah, so.
Anybody still goes to Burger King in 2024, you're crazy. But you absolutely have to.
I mean, I crave Burger King every now and then.
That's crazy.
Well, it's because you're used to the Carthage one.
Yeah, the Burger Kings around here just suck.
Yeah, the Carthage Burger King sucks. Like, but you stop at like Springfield or something like that. And get
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's the one I grew up on. Is the one in Carthage.
yeah. And it used to be flame broiled over there. Now it's just lighter broiled. Like somebody's holding up their bick to it.
Tastes like it's microwaved.
I'm pretty sure it is. Oh,
Yeah.
Chef Mike.
I mean, that's basically all that. Well, no, McDonald's burgers are still actually on a grill, but whatever.
I mean, every food place I've noticed has kind of gone downhill.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Don't know why, but they sure enough are.
See, they should be booming more, but McDonald's is still booming. They're just winning.
Well,
Taco Bell's about to get crazy business, though. I've seen that.
Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Why? Does everybody need diarrhea?
No, there's this Coetzel song that talks about Taco Bell in it,
Oh, Jesus.
and it's known as like Taco Bell Day now, and it's on February 28th. So in 3 days, everybody's going to Taco Bell. I'm not a very big fan of Coetzel. He's got like 2 songs that I listen to.
Is he country, rap? What?
He's like country rock.
Okay.
It's good music. It's just it's not my particular taste because I'm either listening to country or I'm listening to rock.
The Florida Georgia line made me not listen to the radio.
Oh, Ian's gonna hate that. Florida Georgia Line is one of the worst like music creators I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean
They ruin everything they do.
I mean, I can't say that I haven't liked any of their songs, because there was a couple I guess I did,
I've never liked one of them.
but they weren't even country songs to me.
Yeah,
So
they're the most ridiculous boy band country.
yeah,
Ian hates because he loves Florida Georgia Line.
no, does he?
Yeah, at least he used to. I don't know if he does now,
Yeah,
but he used to get on to me for hating it.
yeah, you definitely gonna have to fact check that one. But Florida Georgia Line is like your guys' generation of Creed.
Creed's good though.
Yeah, you say that.
What the hell?
Yeah, like your generation can say that. My generation, we made fun of Creed constantly.
What was wrong with Creed though?
Uh, honestly, nothing.
It was just something to complain about.
They were easy to pick on. Like, oh, they sold out and this, that, and the other, but everybody can like sing almost every fucking Creed song.
Yeah,
So
I know that song "One Last Breath" yeah, I think that's what it's called. One Last Breath. I think that's what it's called. It's the Creed song that's like gotten so much popularity recently because of TikTok.
yeah,
And I heard it before when I was younger. I mean, I never listened to it, but I've heard it.
yeah. I mean, they really weren't a bad band, but I remember I played World of Warcraft with this girl, and I mean, we made fun of Creed so much during raids.
Yeah.
And like, oh, your DPS chart looks like fucking Creed Billboard chart.
Wow.
Just make them, because they were low and da 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 da. But anyway, she's like, hey, can you drop down a room? I was like, yeah, because what did we use? I forget what.
No one knows what you're talking about anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so this chat thing had different rooms, and so I dropped down to this room where she wanted me to go, and she like was crying. She's like, "Why are you making fun of Creed so much?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "You're always making fun of them, and I just don't know why." And I was like, "Because they're easy. I don't know." But
And you still make fun of Nickelback, even though Nickelback is so good.
mhm.
You just like picking on little bands.
Oh, yeah, Nickelback. That was. I don't.
I turned on Nickelback in the car not that long ago, and you were like, "Turn this shit off."
Mhm.
And I was over there like absolutely jamming to it.
Yeah, I just
I
genuinely,
I just can't comprehend someone hating it so
I
much.
genuinely don't like them.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, but it's like so many people like really like Vince Gill.
I've heard that name.
Yeah, he's an older country singer. I believe he's passed away. I'm not 100% on that, but anyway, I couldn't stand his voice.
Yeah.
It was just so high pitched, and
Was he in some group or was his?
no, it was just him.
Okay.
I mean, he had some really good songs.
I gotta look.
Yeah, I just didn't want. I just didn't want him to sing them. So he had he was like the first one. Well, maybe not the first one, but he was the most popular one that had like a funeral song.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah,
we played one of his songs at Grandpa's funeral.
yeah, I know. I know. Like
You
so.
don't like it?
No.
It's messed up. We played it at Dad's funeral.
Yeah, Grandpa liked him. I didn't like him.
It's so funny to me.
I I don't know. I just don't. I don't like funeral songs.
Oh
Like
my
people that make like
gosh.
funeral songs,
Yeah.
and and they make a lot of money off of that too,
Yeah.
So it's like if Kid Rock came out with a fucking funeral song, I'd be all like, bruh. But
Kid Rock is a whole new breed. I love Kid Rock.
dude, did you listen to him on Joe Rogan?
No.
That
As much as we
man,
talk about Joe Rogan, I've listened to maybe one of his actual podcast episodes.
oh,
Yeah. Like one or two.
well, that would explain why this shit's so unpolished. But
Whatever.
he had Kid Rock on there, and that man don't give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I really enjoyed listening to it because I mean, Kid Rock, he was another one that was like, I don't know, like he came out and everybody liked him, and then he had a few songs and we're like, eh.
Yeah.
And then he sang with Sheryl Crow, and we're like, hey, we like him again. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, he's off on his own little world. He does like 9 shows a year or something like that.
Have you seen his house?
It is huge.
He like modeled it after the White House.
Yeah.
So he lives in his own little White House. Yeah, I think that's so funny. I
Yeah,
love that.
it's got like 20 rooms, but only 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
He has a gold bathroom.
It doesn't surprise me.
Like the walls are 14 karat gold, the toilet's 14 karat gold.
I'm sure he paid with it just for like one good song. Because
Probably.
if he's like his number one songs are absolutely just phenomenally like well taken.
Yeah, he was wanting to get a Tesla truck and gold plate it.
Really?
Yeah,
That doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
Actually, it kind of does. An electric truck for Kid Rock? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. But
No, he said he didn't really want one, but because he has like he has a Ford Raptor
yeah.
and he loves that thing. But he was telling Elon Musk on there, I will review the Tesla truck if you let me have it, and then I'll give you the truck back. He just wants to drive it for a little while and give a review on it. But he kind of made up with Bud Light.
He made up with Bud Light?
Yeah, because Bud Light had that. They did that whole trans thing,
Yeah.
and then everybody fucking flipped out.
Yeah.
And anyway, he posted this video of him gathering all of his Bud Light out in the field and then fucking taking a machine gun to it
Yeah.
and just on all of it. Anyway, so Bud Light lost a lot of money, or Anheuser-Busch lost a shit ton of money over that ordeal.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to stretch. And people were losing jobs, pensions, all that shit. So they, of course, went back to what they know. Like they're not doing that woke stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And see, they got Shane Gillis as a spokesperson. And
He's been gaining a lot of popularity recently.
mhm. Well, it's funny as shit, but what's funny about him is he got canceled before he even started anything.
Yeah.
Like I think he was supposed to work at Saturday Night Live, and then he got fired from there.
I think he's hosting Saturday Night Live.
He did.
Oh, he already did?
Yeah, he already did.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. He did his opening monologue, which was kind of. It wasn't his best work.
I don't know why they have people do that. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, most of the time it's written, but he went and did some stand up shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was trying to pick on his dad about being an assistant high school girls basketball coach.
Yeah.
And probably not the right joke to use in New York,
Yeah.
because I mean they're very woke and liberal and all that.
Yeah.
Like I understood what he was going for, but
Not everybody will.
no, no.
Bunch of sensitive wussies.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine that works where I work, and he's very, mm, he lost hope in America, because the way everything's going and all that. And I kind of get it. And I told him I was like, well, it's kind of my generation's fault because like we're the ones that are like old enough to start running everything and
Mm-hmm.
and getting everything, and we're kind of fucking it up.
Yeah, just a lot.
Yeah, and anyway, so I got talking about you and your friends,
Okay.
and like how you guys are with it, how I see you guys interacting with each other. You know, you guys are for sure not thin-skinned.
Yeah.
I mean, the Fortnite lobbies have, as much as I hated them,
Yeah.
and how you guys talk to each other, um, like it's done with a certain amount of love and respect, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's like, I mean, you tell me, like in your opinion, you and your friends and your generation. I mean, are you guys really down with all this bullshit?
No. No. We are very, I would say, south. Because everybody in the south has very similar views.
Yeah,
We're very hardcore redneck, I guess you could say. We really don't do all the emotional baby shit. Like, well, this is how I feel. We don't give a fuck.
yeah,
Like, we care about like what is going on in our lives and how it affects us. That's really all that matters.
yeah,
And as long as we're able to continue doing what we're doing, we really don't give a fuck what happens.
yeah.
But I guess I don't understand it what you're asking very well.
Um, like,
Because we really just don't give a shit about most of this. Because it doesn't affect us a lot. But if it does, we're normally very negative about it.
well, like I noticed that like whenever like the woke stuff would try to come into school,
Yeah.
you guys were pretty much like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And it helped me like get through all of it because like, oh, okay, we're gonna be fine because like they don't care,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Like, there was one school, I don't remember where, but it was not too far from our area,
Mhm.
like within our 100-mile distance. And one of those schools got a litter box in their bathroom for the people that believe that they're a cat. And we made fun of that so hard. And I remember we said that if our school ever got one, we would probably dump it in the teacher's lounge. Just straight up, just
Yeah,
right there. Because that
yeah,
is so ridiculous. Like, I get you feel like you're, this makes me feel good or whatever.
yeah.
Do it on your own time.
Could you
You don't got to make it a public deal because no one else gives a shit.
Well, yeah, but so if you're gonna care about somebody's feelings, you also have to be prepared to not care about somebody else's feelings.
Yeah.
So yeah, they put the litter box into this high school bathroom, right?
Yeah.
So that way somebody could use it because they feel like they're a cat.
And I'm sure they never fucking used it either.
But did anybody stop to think that maybe, possibly, the janitor doesn't feel like emptying out a litter box with human shit in it?
No, they probably didn't think that.
Yeah, yeah, because
That's another thing. A lot of janitors don't get the fucking rap they deserve.
oh yeah, they get like no fucking credit.
And everybody thinks like, oh, it's a janitor. Ugh.
Oh
They're at the bottom of the barrel. Like, think about if you didn't have them. You know how awful everything would be.
yeah, well, I mean, it's like Well, even at this little school, like the maintenance man there.
Oh, he's one of the most badass guys.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Um, but he's not doing it for the glory or the money,
No, he's
I
doing it
mean,
for the school.
yeah, like he's always enjoyed like the community and all. Like he he's like a legit plumber. Like
Yeah,
he could have his own business and he could be charging a fuck ton of money
and he'd be
for,
successful too.
yeah, 100%. But he likes doing that,
Yeah,
and I swear to God, if they would have put a litter box in there, I would have been up at the school.
yeah.
Like, like no, no.
Everybody around here would have rejected it. But
Well,
for some reason, that one school,
there's a few that wouldn't have.
yeah, I can think of one
Yeah,
that would have.
I think of a
That.
couple.
Yeah,
But yeah, we gotta be all inclusive. No, we all have to be adults. Like that's the whole point of school is to teach you how to be an adult, and we don't do that now. Like we didn't do it very much whenever I was in school, and we damn sure don't do it now. But
yeah.
like to me, whenever they took away wood shop, is whenever it started going downhill.
Well, they've still like I know there's this one guy. I won't use his name or whatever, but there's this one guy at our school right now. He's welding together a 40-foot bale trailer in school, like during
Mhm.
school hours, and they still do all their welding program and
Yeah,
at our high school, which is a very small school.
right.
They still do all this manual shit at school that I'm very happy they do.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying, though. They
Well,
shouldn't have gotten rid
that
of all.
has to do with where we're at.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of there's a lot of people that support ag and ag class, and that's what that is. But there's nothing. There used to be a wood shop. I don't even know what that building's used for now, but there used to be a wood shop in what ended up being one of our band rooms. And is the building connected to the old gym?
yeah,
So back behind there is where the wood shop was. And
yeah. That's a band room now. Yeah,
yeah, and you could go in and you could, um, make whatever, toolboxes. And my brother Sean, he made several clocks,
mm-hmm.
and it was like, like cut oak, and it was all varnished and everything. It looked great. And it's something you learn how to do,
Yeah,
kind of, because some people don't take to book learning,
yeah.
so I don't know. I just, I, I hate the way that things are going, but I'm hopeful that y'all will be able to turn it around.
I really hope that I'm able to like raise my kids in this area, like preferably in Jasper. I would really like that because of course, it's small. There's not a whole lot of opportunities,
Hmm.
but we're also getting away from all the litter boxes and
Yeah.
like random shit about the world now that is completely ridiculous. Because this area is pretty well to keeping that away.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. So
No, I don't want you to answer it if you have a preference because it's really not anybody's business.
yeah,
But if you don't have a preference, I mean, you could answer that. But um, do you feel like you are a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or nothing?
mm,
Do you feel like you're one of them, or
no, I'm not specifically one of them.
you're not?
No, I think I'm a good right in the middle
Mhm.
because both sides have good points.
Yeah,
One side in mind has the majority of them are bad points.
yeah,
So I'm a little towards one edge than the other, but I'm not complete. I know there's some sides. Both sides have stupid ideas,
yeah.
and both sides have good ideas. And I don't think I could solidify to one or the other.
Well, you're too young to say it, but I'm old enough. I don't give a shit. Uh, a lot of the Democratic stuff is fucking crazy.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah,
Yeah,
but some of it makes some sense.
right. But it wasn't that long ago that Republicans were the crazy ones.
Yeah,
And you ever hear about like all the abortion clinic bombings and stuff?
I heard about like people raiding them and stuff. I haven't heard about bombing them.
Yeah, yeah. There for a bit, there was a few bombs that went off at abortion clinics. Because they were so so into protecting human life, they were taking human life,
That's too much.
right?
Yeah.
So like there was like this crazy wing of Republicans that are very very religious.
Yeah.
You know, TV had like no freedom. Like you couldn't say anything. Everything had to be, And I know people are complaining about, and I'm one of them that complain about the all the movies and stuff and how they have this agenda.
Yeah.
Because like now
We both complain about that a lot.
yeah. Well, Republicans had that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the like 80s and 90s, and that's what made all of us. Whenever we were growing up, like, oh, we're going to be Democrats because they were the cool ones.
Yeah.
They were the comedians and the movie actors and stuff like that because they wanted freedom. They wanted to be able to say more on television, to do more comedy stuff. Now, I've never been pro-abortion,
Yeah.
but I am very pro minding my fucking business.
Okay.
So this is how I look at it. If some young lady feels that she needs to get an abortion, that's between her and God. Whether she believes in God or not, for me, that's how it is. Um, it's not, because in the Bible it says, like I'm not supposed to be judging. That's not my job.
Yeah.
That's above my pay grade. So she goes and does her thing. But for me, I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that could abort a baby that me and her conceived together. So that's a choice that you got to make on that. But I think everybody should have the freedom to make their own decisions and their own mistakes.
Yeah.
Whether that's good or bad, because I make my mistakes.
Mm-hmm. If you didn't have any mistakes you could have made, you wouldn't have learned shit.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if that's a controversial stand
I'm sure it is to someone.
I'm sure it probably is, but, I got family members that would say that I need to be anti-abortion to where like I'm chastising people.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that. That's their decision. Now, if a vote comes across to where I don't think that they should be able to do it, I'll look at it and then I'll decide for myself. But I think everybody should have the freedom to do what they want. I think the abortion thing should go both ways.
Okay.
So, if because it takes two, it takes a man and a woman to get pregnant.
Now that's controversial on its own, apparently. Now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen the news stories where it was like the one where the girl transitioned to a guy and the guy transitioned to a girl, so the wife got the husband pregnant.
Yeah.
Because it didn't get transitioned all the way.
Yeah.
That one I found kind of funny.
That is hilarious.
But shit, I don't even remember where I was on that. But anyway, yeah, I think everybody should be able. Oh yeah, everybody should be able to do whatever they want to do. But like, if a girl has, if a girl has the right to terminate the pregnancy, if that's what she feels like she needs to do, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't the guy have the same kind of standard?
He should.
Right. Like, why can he not opt out?
And why can't he opt in?
Yeah, he should be able to opt in.
But it's 100% the woman's decision, apparently.
Oh, no. I mean, the abortion part?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm meaning.
Yeah, 100% the woman's decision. But why can't the guy, if she wants to keep it and he doesn't,
yeah,
why is he financially responsible?
I feel like we've talked about this before, not on the podcast, but yeah, I completely agree with that. Like the guy should have if the guy doesn't want to have the kid, he should have no obligation to be a part of it or pay for it or because that should be his choice. If it's the woman's choice, that should be just as equal as the man.
Yeah.
Because he can't physically make the woman get the abortion, but he can like opt out of being the parent. I feel like that should be the option, but because like my stance on abortion, I don't completely agree with it, but I don't completely like. I think everybody should have the option, but I feel like it has to be motivated by good reasoning. Like it can't just be because I don't feel like it. Like it should be like, oh, I physically cannot bear this child, or I got assaulted and now I'm pregnant, or I just not good for me right now. It can't just be like, oh, I'm running around doing all this with all these people, and oh, now I'm pregnant. It looks like I can just get rid of it, I guess. Like that's not okay. But
Well, that's why I don't. So yeah, yeah, I do think it's their choice on whether or not they get one or not. But the reason why I don't like abortion, and if a guy was able to opt out of being a dad and not be financially responsible, I wouldn't like that either. Because we all know that sex is a lot of fun, especially if you do it right.
yeah,
But it's just ducking consequences for the most part.
yeah,
It's that thing you guys say, play stupid game, win stupid prizes.
yeah.
That's really what sex is, I
See,
mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like you can't go around with all these people and just until it finally messes up, and then you can just get rid of it whatever you want.
yeah.
Like I feel like it's got to have good reasoning to why you can't.
Well, it's like if say you got a girl pregnant, right?
Yeah,
And she decided to carry the baby and to have the baby,
yeah,
and you tried to duck out of being financially responsible, like you and me would have problems.
yeah,
Yeah, because as a man, that's what you do. Like you can try things and you can make mistakes and all that, but you got to handle your mistakes.
yeah.
Well, I don't love her and I don't want to be with her. You loved her for that, like 2 minutes. So,
Okay.
fine, 3, whatever.
Why are you shooting shots at me? I didn't do nothing.
Oh shit! It's a race. It's not your fault that you're good at it.
Uh-huh.
Um, anyway,
You're so funny. You know that.
fine, I'll make you feel. So it's like your mistake for 2.5 hours.
Okay, maybe not that.
I'd have heart palpitations if I went 2.5 hours.
You know something that really like hurts my feelings all the fucking time?
It hit me with it.
Everybody says that you're the funny one. I know I've talked about this a couple times on this podcast already, but I'm just the fucking host and you're the funny one.
Well, just imagine how bad you're going to feel whenever they also tell you that I'm the pretty one.
They already do.
Ah.
It hurts my feelings a little. I was like, I make jokes too, damn it.
You do?
Well, yeah, well, no one laughs at them.
Yeah,
Assholes.
I don't even know why people think that you or me is funny.
There's no or. It's just you.
I'm sure people find you funny.
I haven't found anybody that said like, "Oh man, the thing you said was funny," except for people making fun of me, like Colin making fun of my math from last episode. Like how many days were left? How many days in a school year?
Yeah.
I said like 90 or something.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I didn't do the math.
Well, you didn't go to school for 40, so
Yeah,
yeah.
but that means I made it to about 90.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are you still having fun doing this?
For the most part, yeah.
Well, that didn't fill me full of confidence.
Well, I mean, I wish we would do more like preparation, or at least cool shit in this world would happen again. Because there's not like a whole lot of funny or fun things to talk about anymore.
Well, I mean,
It's either just old shit or opinions recently.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, we're not doing this for anybody or for anything,
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, if you wanted this to go somewhere, out of the two of us, like it's gonna have to be on your shoulders
Yeah.
for the most part. I mean, because you're the one that has time to polish it, and
Yeah.
you
I've got
know,
more free time and
well, like for all right, so everybody gets a little behind the scene conversation now.
oh Lord.
Yeah, but like we could be adding videos of the topics,
Yeah.
but it all takes so much time. So it's just hard to dedicate that time. The easy way out is for us to just add video and we do the whole, people see our reactions to the conversations and how many
Which
cigarettes I fucking light up during one of these.
which from out our off the scenes conversation doesn't seem that far away.
No, it ain't
Us
that.
us doing video.
Yeah, no, it ain't that far away. Just
Which
figure it
means
out.
we can have TikTok clips.
Yeah, well, we're going to be switching rooms.
Yeah, like we'll be putting together like a legit studio for this.
Yeah, so I mean, we do some soundproofing to it because it ain't as big.
Yeah.
Um, get some better audio quality. We can get video set up a whole lot easier. So I don't know. I mean, I'll be looking forward to that.
I will be too. That's going to be a lot of fun when we figure that out.
Mm.
I see. I kind of wish we would do it, um, not like everybody else's podcast, where they're like, there's two cameras set up and they're pointing at both the people, and then there's one for the whole table.
Yeah.
I wish we would do it like Good Mythical Morning. They're not a podcast, but they're like a web show.
Uh-huh.
They've been doing it for way too long. They've been doing it for years and years.
Are you talking about the one camera where we're sitting side by side?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, I get that, but you have to look at it more because I find that it is a lot easier to watch and easier to listen to. But
Well,
I don't know. That's a conversation to have. But
I mean, why not try both?
yeah, we could.
We can do your way first, and then if it works, it works, and if we like it, we like it. If we don't like it, we change it.
And that way we can buy one really nice mic instead of two really nice mics that cost double the price.
Well, I think I'd still want to have two mics.
Well, if we're sitting side by side, there's not really a point.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to be
Anyway.
off a good mic.
Whatever.
We'll try it. We'll try. We'll try several different things.
Yeah, because it's one camera, one good mic.
Yeah, because I mean, even though this isn't for like we don't make any money, we don't do any commercials, we barely get views.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
we've gone down to like maybe I don't even think we break 10 anymore views.
Yeah, I think we do.
I mean, if we combine Spotify and YouTube, but
No, I don't know.
Okay.
But I quit looking. In all honesty,
yeah, I stopped looking too.
because I don't care if it's 0 or 100. Like it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
But
there's gonna be one day we do end up looking again, and we're at like thousands. That'd be really cool.
shit, I doubt that.
Yeah, me too. But it'd be cool.
Yeah, nobody wants the opinion of a redneck truck driver and his son. So,
That's all I get is his son.
well, okay, let's reverse it.
The Colby Hobson
Well, you got to add stuff to that.
and his dad. Fat Jasper Kid and Dad. That's what we should have named it.
Yeah, and where he gets it from.
That's what we should have called it. Chunk ass and old man.
All right, I ain't that fucking old.
Well, I think we done run out of things to talk about today.
I'll quit that bullshit. I keep on. I don't be looking at the time, y'all. Like I don't want you.
I don't want it.
I'm gonna get my next drink, and we're gonna keep going.
Then what am I supposed to do?
It's right there.
Oh, okay.
Good lord.
I forgot you got a mini fridge.
Yeah.
Like a fucking teenager.
Why wouldn't I have a mini fridge?
Because this room is right next to the kitchen with the real fridge.
Yeah.
It's like a 30-second walk to walk there and back.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you just walk it?
Why don't I just have a mini fridge? Like,
Math ain't math, Dad.
okay, you want to do math? It's what, 30 steps
Yeah.
to the kitchen? It's 2 steps to that.
Yeah.
So I'm saving 28 steps.
I think you're needing more steps. That's what you're needing.
Was that a fat
A
comment?
little bit.
Oh. All right, asshole.
Haw. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't got shit left.
Because you don't want to have shit left. What are you doing next week?
He's nuts.
We do need to figure out where we're going to go camping at the end of the month.
Oh yeah. I forgot we were doing that, to be honest with you. So my ideas, I was kind of thinking of the classic is Stockton Lake, but I know you don't really like that a whole lot. But that's just because I grew up with Stockton. Like when we were going to the lake, we were going to Stockton.
I'm fine with Stockton. I just don't want to go to the same spot.
Okay.
I want to try a different spot.
We can go do cliff jumping.
Okay, you can go to do cliff jumping.
No, I did it like twice and I was so terrified.
Yeah, I mean, I've done my rites of passage. I've jumped off the bridge. Don't do that. Nobody
I
do
just
that.
jumped off like in Crabtree Cove, like the higher cliffs.
Mhm.
I've done that. That shit. Being a heavy dude, that's scary as hell.
So Jamie is busy next weekend, but the weekend after, I thought that we could go travel around a little bit.
Travel around.
Yeah, like yeah, so whenever we were younger and we were gonna go camping, like my friend James, I mean, he had to have like everything locked down. You know what I mean? And he is pretty much the reason why any of our camping expeditions were fun.
Okay.
Because like this dude had checklists. Like he was like our friend manager
Yeah.
is basically what he was. So we all wanted to do this, whatever it was, and he would plan it out. He would have a checklist. Everybody have a job.
Yeah.
Like everybody had to do something, and it was always so much fucking fun, whether we were at Stockton or just down in the woods behind the pasture. Like that's, I think that's what I miss the most.
Was
Is,
doing shit like that.
well, just having somebody that kind of understood what I was wanting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always on you guys about like, well, why don't we ever go properly camping? And that's the whole goal of this
Yeah.
is we go camping properly. You call it glamping for some odd reason.
Whenever I think of properly camping is not being prepared. Because that's kind of the fun of it. Is like you're in the middle of nowhere
Uh-huh.
and you're not gonna have everything that you want to have.
Uh-huh.
And that's fine. Like my version of camping, you show up with a tent, some hot dogs, buns, and no ketchup because you forgot it, and a fire and probably beer. But that's about it.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's all camping is.
Right. We have no way to start the fire.
You bring a lighter
We
because
have-
you're already there with a lighter anyway.
No, y'all were vaping at the time, so you wouldn't even have a lighter.
I have lighters in the car now.
Yeah, now. We got beer, no way to keep it cold. We got a tent, we don't know how to set it up.
Yeah, I've never had a tent that I couldn't set up.
But in the tent we have nothing.
Blankets and a pillow.
You guys didn't even have that shit last time I showed up.
You don't need it. It's optional. You're outside. You're going to be warm or you're going to be cold. That's about it.
So last time we went, because for you guys to go camping with nothing, it cost me a lot of money.
Because you wanted all the extra stuff.
Yeah, food.
You don't need it. We were going to order a pizza.
Oh my fucking God. And I'm the glamper? You're going to be out there stalking, fucking door dashing?
Not DoorDash and Domino's delivery. I'm so serious too.
Who's roughing it?
Hey, it's either that or I don't know. But
I'm gonna rub
What was
these
wrong with pizza? Like this is not the lake we were at, the location we were at is not a very secluded spot. It was just happened to be by a lake, like maybe 2 miles from town. So
But
we were like, hey, bring us pizza. And that's not a big deal.
but didn't you just get done telling me that you're supposed to be camping unprepared,
Yeah, we were unprepared. We didn't bring food.
but I brought a cell phone so I can order pizza.
Don't act like you're not going to bring your phone.
I'm gonna bring my phone. I will bring my phone. I will bring eggs and bacon and hot dogs and hamburger and steak and some potatoes and some butter.
See, it's okay for you to bring the whole fucking grocery store and cook it in a nasty iron skillet, but it's not okay for me to order a pizza.
Was that like a legit question?
Leave me alone. I don't know.
How many times you go eat Chinese food and you eat the American fries and the pizza slices?
Never.
Right.
I don't get what you're getting at.
Why would you go camping and order a pizza?
Because it was just a convenience of the location. It's not like we planned on doing that. We were just like, oh, okay. We
Yeah.
forgot food. All right, I guess we can order a pizza.
No, okay. I'm almost not
It's not like
picking.
we left the house like, yeah, we're having Domino's tonight in the woods. Like it was, we forgot food, so we just ordered the closest thing.
I know. I'll quit picking on you about the Domino's pizza.
You asshole.
but that's why I want to
Like, I'm gonna bring a 5-star Gordon Ramsay restaurant
No,
and then make my son cook it.
Well, you shouldn't be such a good cook,
Whatever.
dude. Just the ramen that you make me is fucking phenomenal.
Maybe that's what the food truck should be, is a ramen food truck made by a Missourian white guy.
Anyway, back to the little camping deal. So we need to figure out the 3 spots that I think that we should go is either Stockton or Lake of the Ozarks or Beaver Lake in Arkansas.
Okay. I've never been to Lake of the Ozarks or Beaver Lake.
Right.
That's so weird that I haven't been to Lake of the Ozarks because, like, some of my friends go there every year.
Yeah.
I've never been.
It's pretty up there, but I don't know anything about. I don't know where the campsites are. I don't.
That's why we'll ask Ian because I'm pretty sure that's the lake he used to work at. I think he would like do stuff with boats.
Yeah, you sure he wasn't at Table Rock?
He might have been at Table Rock.
Yeah, he's
I've
close.
never been to either one of them, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's closer to Table Rock, but Table Rock wouldn't be bad to go to. But you get all the Branson traffic down there, and Table Rock is actually kind of dirty, in my opinion.
So Stockton, but
Yeah, but I mean, I expect it with Stockton.
Yeah.
Table Rock, I don't expect it, but every time, like, oh look, here comes a milk jug and a condom.
at Stockton, it's like going to a chain Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
Like it's going to be bad, but you also want Chinese, and it's the closest thing.
Stockton really, all you gotta watch out for is the meth needles.
That's it. That's all you got to watch out for.
Yeah, I mean, if you get like a good one, you can like make some of your own fishing hooks. And
I've seen a dirty diaper float down the water, like right past me one time. I didn't question it. I was just like, all right.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
And it's not an uncommon occurrence.
No, because
we've lost so many things at Stockton too. We've lost floaties. We've lost towels. We lost my brother for a while. My youngest one. We lost him for like an hour.
Did you really?
Yeah, and he was just off doing his own thing.
But anyway, out of those 3, what do you think?
See, I want to say Beaver Lake just because of the name of it.
Yeah,
But I don't know anything about I don't know anything about him.
Well,
all I know is Stockton. That's all I know. That's home.
Well, you're wanting to do this out there, right? You want to do a podcast?
Well, yeah, we could talk about that. I would think it'd be really cool for us to record the Campout podcast actually camping.
I would really like to do a lot of that this year.
Yeah.
Do a lot of camping.
I think that'd be really cool recording the podcast on a campsite.
Yeah. Well,
we should do it sometime, just go out to the woods on the property and go camp. Like, I know it's like right outside of town, but
yeah,
still go camping out there and record it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to go out there and sit on two logs, you know, like I'd actually want it properly set up.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could set up in the car.
No, no,
Okay.
like let's go clear out some land and actually have chairs
Throw a
and
picnic bench out there or
have
something.
have a fire out there, you know.
Yeah.
Actually gather all the rocks to make the fire circle,
The fire they hear in the intro will be through the whole episode.
right?
There you go. The only thing I'd be worried about is wind. There's going to be a lot of extra noise.
Oh yeah, no, there'd be a lot of extra noise. We might have to look at like headsets or something while we're doing that, but
Yeah. Probably a few mic checks for sure.
I mean, we should look into. Well, you don't have an aux port on your iPhone, do you?
I've got a dongle for one.
Oh, what'd you call me?
A dongle?
What's that?
It's like you plug it into your phone and then it's like an adapter, basically.
Uh-huh.
An adapter to have an aux cord.
That sound like an offshoot Harry Potter porno.
Dongle?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, we might want to look into that. Like,
That could be a TikTok clip right there.
what?
Dongle.
Yeah.
I always see that on TikTok, like people with their podcasts, they're like, well, what'd you say? Dongle? No. Oh, how do you say dongle? You know?
Well, you know what? Make it happen. We'll put it on my TikTok account.
We don't have video.
So just add a video.
Have that like guy playing like GTA races below it.
Yeah, just I don't know. We can shoot some video game clip.
Okay.
Just two characters talking back and forth.
Yeah, and dub it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just overlay it. And,
Well, people watch out for the Campout podcast TikTok page coming up, apparently.
yeah, I mean, we can just throw it on mine.
You just want the views on your account.
Yeah, well, most people that listen to the podcast also have me on TikTok.
Fuck you.
What? You can throw it on yours too. We don't,
You know, that is something that was kind of weird, like with on Spotify at least.
Yeah.
Almost all of our audience is your friends. I'm like, man, fuck you guys. We're not my friends, not for listening anymore.
Well, I just put it on your snap, and we can do our snap stories and stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
We just actually have to do it. I mean, we could.
Who knows if we're actually going to do it or not, but
do it.
But I'm tired.
Oh, I have to get up early tomorrow
I get up every morning at 8
and
watch TikTok.
yeah, there you go.
Watch TikTok for about an hour, then get the dogs out and watch more TikTok.
Yeah. See, I got to double up because I'm doing Jamie's thing starting at the first of the month.
Yeah.
And so,
Which is in a few days.
yeah. So my weekends are going to be booked.
You're just screwed.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Whatever.
I don't know. I mean, it's fun and interesting. And I don't know.
That's what people look out for that.
Yeah.
They're going to do a gaming channel, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's wanting to do some kind of gaming channel. Well, he haven't even gotten a name. Nothing. Like, he hasn't come over to talk about it or anything.
The couch potatoes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I know.
That's not bad.
There it is. I just made that.
Yeah. Why don't you join in on us sometimes?
Nah, I really don't want to.
What?
We've talked about this. Don't act confused.
I mean, just because we talked about it, I mean, I'm still not confused as to why.
I don't know.
Hey, would you like to play a video game with us?
I really just don't play that many video games. Like I don't find as much joy in video games as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
And me and you already have our own thing.
Yeah.
Whenever I do play video games, normally it's with my brother. So me and him are already getting that bonding time.
Yeah.
So I don't find it necessary for me.
And I don't know. It's just playing around, having fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I
don't like having fun.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that I don't want to talk to you guys or play video games with you guys. It's just it's not a important thing to me, I guess. Because I can tell it's a lot more important to you guys than it would be to me.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I'll probably pop in every once in a while, but I'm not going to be common person, you know?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is just like, do pop-ins and stuff. Like he came on the podcast, and
Yeah.
he can just because what he's wanting to do, and well, I guess what we're wanting to do because we kind of talked about it, but like do like 15, 20-minute episode,
Yeah.
which should take us probably about an hour to shoot it. And then he says he's going to edit it, so that'll probably take a couple days.
Yeah.
Because so we're going to have to do 2 different points of view,
Mm-hmm.
and
So doesn't have to clip together those two
yeah, and
video clips.
I don't know. I mean, you do the audio on here, so what we're needing is so we both have dialogue and everything, but to do sound effects, we're going to have you'd have to have 2 lines of audio, right? Like if you're trying to do, like say, like I'm off in the distance and you're wanting to fade out my voice, but keep his the same. It has to be on 2 different lines of audio, right?
Yeah, that's how I would do it at least.
Yeah, so that
Going
means,
from normal like dialogue, just you two talking,
yeah,
and then having this extra like added in clip
mhm,
of you like fading off because you're so far away.
yeah,
And I would just remove the audio of you in the one stream
right,
and then just add that doctored clip above
mhm,
it. So that's how I would do it.
yeah. So I mean, that means that we're both gonna have to record, and then he's gonna have to line up the audio together.
Yeah, which isn't hard.
Yeah, it's not hard, but
Well, you can
it's gonna be time consuming.
yeah.
So,
I mean, with if you're trying to like line up audio,
mhm,
you just find out exactly where you start at, like down to the millisecond,
mhm,
which is not hard, and then find the millisecond on his, and then you literally just like type it into the computer, like start from this time to this time,
right,
like down to the 0.17589, and then you'll be down to the like 10,000th of a second,
right.
and it'll be either exactly the same or unbelievably close. You couldn't tell.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, it's not like we have to lip sync. It's just 2. It's just 2 characters.
Yeah.
So,
The way I would do it is I would have, like, of course, if you can get it to record through like your PlayStations, like
Yeah.
your talking audio, do that. But if you can't, then I would say have your like PlayStation party that you guys talk to, and have the mic set up separately. So
Yeah,
it's still recording you, but it's not recording you through the PlayStation.
No, you can record through the PlayStation. And everybody's probably fucking asleep right now.
Yeah.
But you can record through the PlayStation. Um, and there's 2 different options that you can do it. You can record your own communication, or you can record your party communication.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, what I think we're going to have to do is just record our own separately and then add them together. But I think for the first one, we're just going to record just all together,
Yeah.
and just to get it out so that way he can play with the video editing of it
Mhm.
before, and then we'll work on the vocal later. So,
Believe it or not, CapCut's a really good editing tool.
yeah,
Like
it
I know
is.
CapCut's basically just for TikToks and shit,
Yeah,
but it's like really really good. That's what all these episodes are edited on is CapCut.
right. But for this though, CapCut has like like their video part is made for TikToks.
Yeah,
So it would work good for the TikTok clips, but it's not going to work good for like extended YouTube clip.
yeah,
So because it's just a different aspect ratio. So, but and I think he's got a 4K monitor, and I've got like this old fucking monitor. So we'll see how. Well, no, the gameplay footage
it
should
won't
be.
matter.
Yeah, shouldn't matter.
It'll just matter like what the audience is watching it on. That's all it's going to change.
All right. Well, so let's do Stockton. Not this weekend, but next. We're going to take a road trip down there, and you, me, and Jamie, and we'll scout out all the campsites, and then we'll pick one, actually 2, because I want I want at least 2 campsites because I think we're going to end up having more people come than just us.
Yeah.
So that way we got plenty of room.
Okay.
So if you're wanting to do the podcast, then we might have to get electric, huh?
No, not really. My laptop will record it all on its own.
Yeah.
Just have to charge it, not use it, and then use it for the over there.
And I got an inverter too, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't need one then. But yeah, we'll scope it out, find 2 that we like side by side, and then we'll go ahead and reserve it. So if anybody listening to this, if you're wanting to go camping at any roughly around the same time that we are,
Probably 2 to 3 weeks into March.
Yeah, I'd like to do it towards the end of March.
Yeah.
But I just want to reserve the spot in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So if anybody's wanting to go, just let me know. And
Or me now, whatever you guys have
Yeah.
us on.
and we'll reserve the 3 spots instead of 2 or whatever. So
Okay.
all right, well that's it for today. So everybody have a safe trip and whatnot, and we'll see you next week.